for the most part, the biggest mistakes that clients tend to make is that they will often not provide accurate boundaries. So it leaves a lot up for interpretation. Are the footways included? Is it carriageway only? Is the verge required? There's lots of different elements that if you've got that accurate boundary, they're really useful and easier to compare other proposals because everyone's got the same information. The second one that I find really useful is the desktop utility records information. And the reason that we ask for it is because it gives us a really good understanding of what to expect. What's the level of utility congestion expected in the area? A lot of people see that as cheating, and they say, look, why should I give you that information? That's the whole reason why we're procuring you. That's absolutely right as well, but we're not going to use that information to accurately plot those assets. We're going to go out and do the survey. So for me, give us that information. It allows us to provide a better quotation. There's no extra and overs coming your way if we know what to expect, unless there's something really unexpected. Then thirdly would be a topographic survey, if there is one that exists. The reason for that is that if you've got the chamber count, or if you've got the chambers that's showing on the topographic survey, we can actually do a chamber count and understand how many chambers are affected, where they are in the carriageway, if there are any, and we can also build up traffic management to suit those areas, and that can help us understand how many shifts it will actually take to cover the whole area. So one of the most important aspects of requesting a utility survey is to actually request a PAS128 survey. We get a lot of inquiries that are GPR survey or GPRS, or lots of other different names that, to be honest, I don't really know where they come from. But the reason why it's so important is because then again, you've got that quality check that everyone's pricing the same aspect. There are different parts to PAS128 where things can differ, typically around the methodology, but that isn't necessarily for the client to define. It really should be for the practitioner to define and support you with, especially if you don't have any experience in the utility space. Absolutely it does. And the reason it does is because when we're on site, we capture certain information. And if we know from the outset that we're doing a 2D drawing or an LOD1 3D polyline drawing, we don't need to go above and beyond to gather extra information that's really only useful for 3D modeling. Once you start going into that 3D solid edge model world, whether it be with attributes or without, you then start to have to take more information and detail more information from site, which just leads to longer timescales and can have an effect on the cost.